Hi, this is Alessio. Hope you're well, and welcome to this video update. In this video, I have a very important message I want to share with you, and I also want to talk a little bit with you about Bitcoin and crypto and just psychology of individuals and the crowd as well. And before we talk about that, let me first of all say, because today is Thanksgiving, so firstly, happy Thanksgiving to all our American viewers. And also, thank you to all of you guys, all of our viewers, wherever you are. Thank you very much for being loyal subscribers and loyal viewers of this channel. So guys, really, I couldn't do these videos without you. So a huge thank you to all of you who regularly watch my videos. And also thank you very much for liking my videos and commenting on my videos as well. It really means a lot to me and I really appreciate it. So I had a very important message I want to share with you today. Actually quite a very important educational message that I want to share with you in this video. You see guys, about a couple of weeks ago, you might remember I posted a video. It was called My Prediction for 2021 on Bitcoin. And I said, look, I think that overall next year, 2021, is going to be a fantastic year for Bitcoin. And I said my expectation for Bitcoin next year in 2021, essentially starting from late December to January onwards for next year, is going to be bullish. And I said my expectation was for Bitcoin to move in a wave 3 uptrend towards 21,000, 23,000, potentially by January to March of next year, after a short-term pullback, a pullback to the averages, which we've already seen happening at the moment, by the way. Now, a week later, about a few days ago, I posted a second video you might remember. It was called, Will Bitcoin Drop to 4K based on an ABC bearish scenario? Now, as you probably saw in that video, the reason I made that video was because many people asked me, Alessio, is it possible that this rally we're seeing in Bitcoin is part of not an 1, 2, 3, not an uptrend, but actually it's a corrective ABC pattern? And in that video, as you probably saw, I explained to you that yes, it's possible, it could be, but I'm not expecting it that way. And I explained to you why I think it's a lower probability. And I explained with 3 reasons why I'm not expecting that potential bearish ABC type scenario. And I also explained to you in that video what needs to happen on Bitcoin before I can change my mind and say, okay, then Bitcoin is potentially going to 4K. But as you may recall in that video, I fully explained that I'm not expecting that bearish scenario. Again, I remain bullish for next year in 2021 after a short-term pullback on Bitcoin. But guys, here's what happened. This is the phenomenally crazy part of it. After I posted that video, the video about the ABC scenario, what happened was I got a bunch of comments from people, essentially literally angry that I was even asking this question. You know, the question as to whether Bitcoin can go to 4K. People actually saying in the comment section that no, it's impossible. And people were saying, how dare you, Alessio, suggest, how dare you say that Bitcoin is going to go to 4K? Don't even think about it. It's impossible. And guys, let me tell you, a lot of the people who were posting these comments, negative comments on my video, had not even bothered to watch the video. I mean, that's how lazy they are. Just think about that. They were so lazy, they hadn't even watched the video in full to see what I was saying about this potential ABC scenario. And all they're doing is posting their comments without actually sitting through and watching the video in full to see what my analysis actually was. And guys, I'm not kidding with you. These were actual comments from people out there, some complete nincompoops out there, who were saying, no, it's impossible. Don't even think about it. Bitcoin will never drop by 30%, 50%. It's impossible because the fundamentals will not allow it. Guys, I don't know about you, but there's a book in Sweden. I don't know who the author is, but the book's name is I'm Surrounded by Idiots. That's how I feel sometimes when I make these videos. Because, listen, there are some great people out there. There are some brilliant, intelligent, and smart people like yourself who watch these videos. So again, I thank you very much for watching my videos. But as you know, in the Bitcoin crypto community, there's also a lot of dumb people out there. As I'm sure you've seen for yourself, there's a lot of people out there who genuinely are lazy and they're also crazy. I think genuinely, guys, look, there's about 20% of people out there in the Bitcoin community, again, people like yourself who are very intelligent and smart, sophisticated. But as you probably know, there's a lot of dumb and unintelligent people out there too. And I think some of them are lazy because they don't bother to read. They don't actually learn from their mistakes. They refuse to learn from history, from evidence or statistics. And yes, guys, I think there's about 20% of people out there who are truly loopy. They're cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Okay, these are just people who are, I think, mentally insane. They don't learn anything. They haven't read a single book. I mean, forget that. They're too lazy to even read a book. They're probably watching Netflix every single day or playing video games or on their Tinder. God knows what they're doing on their phones. But guys, honestly, I think there's a huge proportion of people out there who are both lazy and crazy. The lazy people I'm talking about, again, these are people who don't read a single thing. And all they do is they want to watch videos who agree with their point of view. They refuse to watch anything that goes against their own perception or expectation. Now guys, as I'm sure you know, the mark of a good trader is someone who listens to contrary perspectives, someone who listens and wants to know and is curious to know about perspectives which is contrary to your own expectations. Okay? In other words, someone who wants to actually look at contrary evidence, things which go against your own bias and your perception. For example, if you've been watching my recent videos, I've been saying over and over again, I'm expecting a pullback to the averages. If you take a look at this chart here, this shows to us we're in extreme greed territory on the sentiment with resistance. So we're hitting extreme greed sentiment, again, often a contrary indication, and hitting resistance. Okay, so at the moment, yeah, I'm expecting a pullback. So guys, as you saw there, Im said, look, the greed and fear index is showing greed is through the roof. We got a 94% reading on greed, so very high, extreme greed on that barometer. And also, guys, the fact that we're at many bearish signals on the lower time frame charts. On the hourly charts, we had divergences, bearish divergences, overbought conditions, hitting resistance. So all the conditions were there for a pullback to the averages, at the very least to 21 daily moving average. But guys, you know what these nincompoops, these absolute lazy and crazy people out there were saying? No, impossible. Bitcoin will never drop. It's impossible for Bitcoin to ever see a pullback, retracement. And guess what the reason was? The reason is the fundamentals. Oh, the fundamentals of Bitcoin will never allow Bitcoin to drop. Guys, this is unbelievably crazy. Just think about it for a second. I mean, just cast your mind back. Only a few months ago, back in March of this year, when I was warning of a price drop, you may recall my video back in March. I said, look, I'm getting out. At the time, price of Bitcoin was 8K. What happened a few days later, very soon after I posted the video, the price of Bitcoin crashed from 8K to 4K. A 50% drop in the price of Bitcoin in just a few days. And these nincompoops, these imbeciles out there, these absolute schmucks who don't want to learn a single thing about history, statistics, they think it's impossible for Bitcoin to ever do that again in the future. Now, of course, I'm not expecting a 50% drop in the price of Bitcoin anytime soon, but is it impossible? No, of course not. Nothing is impossible. And I'll come to this point in a few minutes. But guys, here's the bottom line. Let's just cast our mind back to a few years ago in 2017. 2017, when I was warning of a crash in the price of Bitcoin, I mean, when it hit 19,000, all the warning signs were there. And people at the time, what were they saying? They were saying, no, it's impossible. Bitcoin will never drop because of fundamentals and all that garbage, all that nonsense. Bitcoin dropped by 50% and then by 90%. And guys, let's not forget, in May and June of this year, in the summer of this year, what was I saying? I was saying Bitcoin is going to give us one more chance, one last chance to buy at the 10K level before we go higher again. And that is exactly what happened. Bitcoin came down to the 10K or just about the sub 10K levels there. And then what happened? Boom, it skyrocketed all the way to 19K. And again, at the time, guys, at the time back in the summer when I was saying Bitcoin is going to give us one more chance, one last chance to buy at the sub 10K level, what were people saying? People were bearish. People were saying, no, it's going to go to 4K, it's going to go to 3K, forget it. And now what are they saying? Now it's impossible to drop. No, how dare you even suggest that Bitcoin is going to even drop? Again, the comments on the video I posted last week were, how dare you, sir? How dare you even suggest that Bitcoin could drop by even 10, 20, or 30%. It's ridiculous. Honestly, I'm not kidding. Look, there are some intelligent, smart, and sophisticated people like yourself who watch these videos. But there are also some very dumb people out there. As I'm sure you know, there's some very unintelligent nincompoops out there as well. People who are lazy, they don't learn anything from history. They don't learn anything from their mistakes, from what's happened in the past. And yes, people who are crazy. They're cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. They're mentally insane. Honestly, these are the people who are saying, no, it's impossible for Bitcoin to drop. Never happened. Never happened. It's impossible. Guys, again, whoever wrote that book in Sweden, I'm surrounded by idiots. He should be given an award for that book. But guys, here's the point. I want every one of you to get this book. If you haven't got this book, guys, please get it. Tomorrow's Black Friday. Again, you can probably get a good deal maybe tomorrow on Black Friday on Amazon. Book is called Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. Here's what I want you to do. If you haven't got this book, go get it. Doesn't matter how much it costs. It's worth every penny. Now, in this book, there's a chapter, I think it's chapter 6, page 88. Go read this chapter. Actually, read the whole book if you can, but just read chapter 6 and 7 if you can. There it is. Look what it says over here. The uncertainty principle. You see that, guys? Now, in the uncertainty principle, here's what Mark Douglas says in this book. He says, if there is such a thing as a secret to the nature of trading, this is it. It's a strong, virtually unshakable belief in an uncertain outcome with an edge in your favor. And he says over here, he says, anything can happen. Anything can happen. You must believe in the uncertainty principle and the fact that anything can happen. Guys, let me tell you, I made this mistake myself about 20 years ago. You heard my story in that previous video I made. I showed to you in that video how I lost $50,000 in just less than a year. And listen, guys, I know $50,000 is not a lot of money today. But for me, 20 years ago, when I was just about 20 years old at the time, that was all the money I had. And I lost all of it. How did I lose it? My mistake was listening to people who were saying at the time that it can never happen. The worst scenario can never happen. That the price can never drop. Oh, because of the fundamentals, schmundamentals, mumbo jumbo, all that nonsense. Guys, by the way, if ever anyone tells you the price can never drop because of fundamentals, don't just walk away, run away. Because those people have no idea what they're talking about. Whenever the price is going up, whether it's gold, Bitcoin, anything, it's always fundamentals. But when it's going down, what is the excuse? Oh, manipulation or some other thing, some other factor is causing the price to go down. It's always the same nonsense. Guys, they don't get it. They don't understand that price is driven by emotion, by sentiment, by the psychology of the masses of people. It's all to do with the irrational behavior of individuals. And again, unfortunately, people who don't read, people who refuse to learn their mistakes from the past, this is what they say. So guys, get this book, by all means, Trading in the Zone. Also get this book too. A fantastic book by Jack Schwager. It's called The Unknown Market Wizards. Unknown Market Wizards by Jack Schwager. Get this book tomorrow if you can. It's worth every penny, guys. Worth every single penny. But guys, before I finish the video, let me just say this. I'll make a promise to you right now. This video channel will not become like many other video channels out there. And all they do is just tell their subscribers and their viewers what they want to hear. I will never do that. I refuse to make videos in this channel to pander to my audience. In other words, I refuse to make any videos just because you want to hear it. My job in this video channel here, as I'm sure you know, is to give you the facts and the evidence, whether you like them or not. Okay, so if I see evidence to the contrary, if I see negative information, I'm going to share it with you. Okay, so for example, if there's something out there which goes contrary to my analysis, if there's some evidence or some facts out there which goes against my own analysis, I'm going to show it to you. Because remember guys, as every good trader knows, anything can happen. We must believe in uncertainty, and that means we must look at evidence and facts which goes against our own biases, which goes against what we think. We must have the courage to look at information and scenarios which goes against our own bias, goes against our expectation, because that is the key to limiting and reducing risk. And I'm sure you know this as well. So guys, listen, I'm going to do my best to give you as impartial and a fair analysis in our videos as possible. And again, I want to thank you very much indeed for being loyal subscribers to this channel. Thank you very much indeed. And again, a very happy Thanksgiving to all of you. So guys, thanks very much. I look forward to seeing you in the next video update. Cheers guys. Bye now.